Hello all of you. Here we begin with the 10th class for partnership and we are doing the second part of retirement of partnership. Yesterday we started the class with retirement of partnership where now we know how to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. Okay? The new profit sharing ratio, that is the gaining ratio, the treatment of the goodwill reserves and all. And to close partners capital account, we need to bring cash. So we can take bank loan and pay to the retiring partner, or the other partners can bring additional capital and pay off to the retiring partner. Okay. Yesterday, I have also introduced joint life policy. Now, what is this joint life policy? Joint life policy is taken on the life of all the partners. It matures either on the due date or on the death of one of the partner. Right now in retirement, joint life policy is put up at its surrender value. So what is the treatment of joint life policy? You can carry it forward at the surrender value, or you can give it to partners, whatever you get on maturity, like drawings debit their capital account. When they pay the premium, drawings to bank. So when you receive the amount on maturity, bank to partners capital account. Yes. And if joint life policy is treated as asset, then bank to joint life policy, credit that asset and take that profit to partners capital account. And same is the treatment for reserves also. Okay. Right. Now, the next one in this is today what we are doing, I want to say, I will apply two new things in the retirement. Like yesterday's problem, we are doing same type of the problems. But now, can we have some rectification of errors in the retirement? Yes. If some mistakes are there, we are not going to prepare last year's mistake. If you rectify now, ma'am, you have told prepare P&L adjustment account. What is P&L adjustment account? Ultimately, profit which goes to partners capital account. So, you have already prepared revaluation account. Use that. And goodwill. You know that outgoing partner will take his goodwill and the remaining partners account continuing partners debit outgoing credit. वो तो clear है, correct है. But in this case of the goodwill, when outgoing partner is going out, if the amount is not given, can we calculate the amount? Yes. And can we bring the joint life policy at its surrender value? Yes. So with this, let us take up one problem. We have yesterday done till problem number 4. Right now, first some problems with rectification I want to do, and then we will apply joint life policy also. It's a very nice problem. 7th problem I'm doing right now. 7th problem. Okay, chalo, please check with me. ABC were partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. The balance sheet is given to you. Now look at this. Joint life policy is given 8,000. Yes, office equipment, furniture and all. B retired on 1/4/2021 subject to following conditions. A typewriter is purchased. One second. The date we will have to check. B, this balance sheet is given for 31st March 21 and B retired on 1/4/21. So typewriter is purchased on 1st October. Please change the date. 1st October 2020. Make it 1st October 2020. Okay, last year. And debited to office expense. So it's a mistake. And you have to charge depreciation also. Building is revalued, provision. Goodwill of the firm is 18,000. So raise and write off the goodwill. Joint life policy is to be shown at surrender value. What is the value of joint life policy now? 8,000. But if the surrender value is 7,500, then put 500 as loss and remaining joint life policy continue. Generally, joint life policy will mature at the time of the death. Okay? Amount due is to be paid to the loan account. A and C will share profits in the ratio of 2:1 and their capitals are to be adjusted. If they say, please adjust the capital. Prepare revaluation account part. It's a very simple question number 7. We will go with good speed. Please remember, in rectification of errors, generally we prepare last year's error. If we rectify now, we go through P&L adjustment account, but you already have revaluation account, you can use that. That's the only new concept here. Let us go to our notebooks and continue doing this. Yesterday we have ended with the 4th problem. It was a nice problem, problem number 4. चलो start करते हैं. Okay, over to, I'll take the middle problems, but this is in link, so I want to take it now. Problem number 7. Shall we start? Revaluation account and all, actually you can prepare on your own. Banao. Revaluation account. Small. There is no memorandum revaluation concept now, but they can give in retirement. Then reverse it the way I have taught you. Partners capital account. How many partners are there? 3 partners. A, B, C. A, B, C. Next, after the partners capital account, it is the balance sheet. In bracket, after B's retirement. Can you please cooperate? Enough like enough. This is the 10th class today. कितने problem किए हैं? तो थोड़ी चीजें now we can go fast, no? So this is balance sheet. And now working note 1. Old ratio. Old ratio for A, B, C is 3:2:1. New ratio. B retired. B के retirement के बाद they have not given the new ratio. So can we take it same? 3:1. Answer is yes. Old ratio and new ratio. Now, working note 2 is always goodwill. What is the total goodwill given to you? 18,000. Raise the goodwill in old ratio and write off in new ratio, so you don't have to bother who is gaining, who is sacrificing. It automatically comes. Goodwill raised in old ratio 3:2:1. 18,000 divided by 6. So 3,000, 6,000 and 9,000. Goodwill written off in the ratio of 3:1. This is like credit, now debit. 18,000 write off in the new ratio into 3/4. Is my speed fine? You all are doing. This is nothing new. 18,000 divide by 4. 4,500. So automatically, what is the net effect now? Net effect, A debit, 4,500. B credit, B is going, bye-bye, take your goodwill. And C debit, 1,500. Super, clear? Right, chalo. Is goodwill over or should I wait? This problem is very easy. I have taken only for that rectification of errors practice. Next, Chalo. Let us prepare partners capital account and post it. We are doing problem number 7. For those who have joined late, please do it quickly. It's a very nice question and log in on time so that we can complete your portion on time. Problem number 7, capital accounts banao. 40,000, 21,000, 20,000. Immediately I said give general reserve. General reserve 18,000, give it to old partners, old ratios. Same. 9,000, 6,000, 3,000. Shall I give goodwill? Yes. To whom? B. Who will give? A's capital account 4,500. C's capital account 1,500. And A को debit करो 4,500. C को debit करो 1,500. And what will you write here? To B's capital account. A and C debit, B credit. ठीक है? Nice and very clear to all of you. Next. Let us read the first adjustment. A typewriter. Are you all reading with one hand on the material? A typewriter is purchased on 1st October for 2,000. Debited to office expense. Which kind of error? Error of principle. You have to debit typewriter or computer or whatever you buy. By mistake, you debited office expenses. And it is brought into account by charging the depreciation. Nowadays, no one will buy typewriter. It should have been computer. अब ठीक है, ये problem change नहीं किया हमने. And it has to be depreciated also. So I want all of you to prepare working note 3 for this. Typewriter को अगर last year capitalize करते, if you would have capitalized, you would have charged depreciation also. Yes or no? So typewriter purchased on 1st October 2020, 2,000 minus depreciated till 31st March 21, 2,000 into 10% into 6 by 12. 2,000 into 10%, 200 into 6 by 12, 100, and now it is 1,900. 1,900. Nice and clear or not? So even if you rectify, typewriter should be debited, so typewriter ko debit karo. Office expense wrongly debit to credit, but it is last year's office expenses. So can I put this in the revaluation account? Revaluation account. I want to repeat rectification. So अच्छे से you all have studied with me. Typewriter should have been debited, not debit, debit now. Office expenses should be credited, right? But instead of office expense, this is last year's error. So credit revaluation account. Now, if you debit typewriter 2,000, you have to again charge revaluation to typewriter 100. So better can you do 1,900 and 1,900? Is this clear to all of you? Anyone is having any doubt in writing the working note or all clear? Simple rectification of error. Ma'am, but you said last year's expense and income, if you change, routed through P&L adjustment account. But dear students, we have here revaluation account. So we can use this. 1,900. Chalo. आ जाओ यहाँ पे. In the revaluation account, credit side, buy typewriter, working note 3, 1,900. Buy typewriter, revaluation account, credit side. And now go and in the balance sheet and write this as asset. Chalo, next. Building is to be revalued 75,000. Building is 50,000. revalue 25, 75,000. So you have done upward revaluation. It's profit. Do it with a beautiful, good speed now, dear students. Building account debit, it's already 50. You have revalued 25, not 75, 25. Furniture is to be written down by 2000. So revaluation account debit to furniture 2000. Stock is to be reduced by 10,000. Furniture को credit करो, stock को credit करो, and come here. Furniture in books is 12,000 minus depreciate 2,000, 10,000. Stock is 12,500. Now you have to reduce, not buy. It is reduced to 10,000. So 2,500 depreciate may reduce the value. Just you should write decrease the value. I'll change it up. पहले यहाँ लिख लो. Furniture is reduced by 2,000 and stock is reduced to 10,000. So 10,000 outer column, 2,500 come करेंगे. Change the stock. It is to be reduced by 2,500 so that it is reduced to 10,000. Provision for bad and doubtful debts is to be made on data. Come to balance sheet. Write down data. Always the balance sheet space is less, no, for me. Next time I'll make it more. Data is 15,000 and you are reducing the value. You have to make a provision of 5%. So provision 5% if you make on data. On 15,000, 5% comes to 750. Outer column 14,250. Now, dear students, have you created 5% provision? So now outer column is 14,250. So 5% provision kitna? 750. Already provision is there 1,500. Check the opening balance sheet. I am not sharing on screen. Already opening balance sheet is there 1,500 provision. Now you want 750. Can you reverse the excess provision? Provision for doubtful debts, debit, and it's a profit. So credit. Provision debit and it's a profit. So credit. Now, next is goodwill. Are you all clear till here? Any doubt, please unmute and ask. And you're already putting the messages in the chat. Keep putting koi doubt. Goodwill we have already done. Raise the goodwill, wo ho gaya. Joint life policy in opening balance sheet is at 8,000. Now you want it to be 7,500. So 500 come kar do. Revaluation account debit to joint life policy. Reduce the value and write in the balance sheet. Joint life policy लिख दो. कितना लिखोगे आप? 7,500. In the balance sheet it was 8,000. Bring it to 7,500. Next, amount due to B is to be transferred to his loan account. Okay, good. Till yesterday, A and C were bringing the money and paying to B. Today they are saying, B, we don't have money to pay. Your whole capital account we will keep as loan. Later we'll see. Okay, that's all. And AC's capital, new ratio. Oh, we did a mistake. यहाँ तक clear है सबको? एक correction करना होगा. A and C, the new ratio we didn't read. It's given in the last line. 2:1. Read the problem more carefully than a teacher. Are you all following? My speed is fine or not? 7th point in your material, it is given. A and C. I challenge, no one will teach you partnership so in depth and clear. I know years I've been teaching, but it's zaruri hai. And then you see how smooth you go in inter and final. I'm not helping you to get 200 marks in accounts. वो तो हो गया. I'm helping you to push you to edge so that you can qualify as a CA. तो आप भी ध्यान से पढ़ो अगर मैं कहीं सिली मिस्टेक कर रही हूँ तो. Last bit, it's given new ratio is 2:1. So goodwill calculation will change, dear students, little. 2:1. Write off 18,000 goodwill into 2/3. 12,000. 12,000. 6,000. So net effect 3,000 and 3,000. Change the goodwill, please. If they don't give ratio, we continue 3:1. If they don't give ratio, doesn't mean equal. Continue the old ratio. But they gave 2:1. So change this working note to. All clear to all of you? Now here. Change it in partners capital account also. 3,000 is coming from A, 3,000 from C. Debit side भी change करो. 3,000 and 3,000. 3,000 and 3,000. Nice and clear to all of you or not? चलो और बोलो, क्लियर है नहीं आपको सबको? Now it's time to complete the revaluation account. All adjustments are over. So let us calculate how much is profit. Give it to partners capital account. So how much is profit? Let us calculate. 25,000 plus 1,900 plus 750. 27,650. Are you all calculating or not with me? Minus 2,000 minus 3,000. 22,650. 22,650 is the revaluation profit. Give it to old partners, old ratio. In this, rectification of errors also came. Revaluation profit 2:1 में दे दो. Divide by 6. 3,775 into 2. 7,550 into 3. 11,325. Correct है? 22,650 into 3/6. 22,650 into 2/6 and so on. Now it's time to transfer to C's loan account. Time to transfer to C's loan account. 26,775. 26,775. No, why am I telling C's account first? C और ये लोग तो अभी adjust करेंगे ना, sorry. Always first close outgoing partners capital account. B. Always close outgoing partners capital account. Are you all with me? ये पूछना पड़ता है ऑनलाइन क्लास में. कितना आ रहा है? 40,540 we have to pay to B. We can pay part and remaining, but we are not giving anything. We are transferring to B's loan account. 40,550. 40,550 and come to balance sheet and write down B's loan account 40,550. Now let us close A and C. A and C should adjust their capital in their profit sharing ratios. So for that we have to make that table. You will remember working note 4. Statement of adjustment of capital. Very fast. This is all practice. आपको कोई और book खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं है. After this, solve past exams papers done. Particulars A, B, C total. बनाओ लिखो. Statement of adjustment of capital. Closing capital. Then we have PSR. Then we get required capital, what we want. And then we give the net effect and nothing given. Then we will transfer it to current account. We can pay off in cash also, but हम current account में करेंगे. बनाओ ये खुद से. Some network issue was there. We'll start again. So just giving the gist now what we were doing in that partners capital account. The closing capital of A and C. We had to share. A and C we had to share in their ratio. Oh, why did I make B ka column ka to zarat hi nahi hai. A and B. What is the closing capital? Is the total ready or not with all of you? 40,000 plus 9,000 plus 11,325 minus 3,000. Don't write it here, but just A's capital actual closing balance is 57,325. C's closing balance is 23,775. 23,775. So now 57,325 plus 23,775. 81,100. 81,100 is the total. And what is the profit sharing ratio? 3:1. Okay. 81,100 in. You want the total capital to be same, 81,100, but bring their capitals in the PSR. So 81,100 into 3/4. Capital. A and C's capital is coming correct. 1 second, please check it. Goodwill's adjustment was there and revaluation profit. We have given, and general reserves we have given and we have debited also, right? 40,000 plus 9,000 plus 11,325 minus 3,000. Okay. A's capital is coming to how much? 57,325. C's capital is coming to how much? 23,775 plus 23,775. 81,100. Now you have to bring it in their new profit sharing ratio, that is 2:1. 2:1. So 81,100 into 2/3. 54,067. Correct आ रहा है? All of you are getting or not? 81,100 into 2 by 3. A's capital should be 81,100 total capital same into 1 divided by 3. 27,033. Now 57,325 is the capital and required is 54,067. So 3258 you can get from you can take to the current account. Extra capital is there. Transfer to current account 3258. And see, for you 23,775 is there. Your capital is needed 27,333. 3258 you get from the capital account and here you take it. I hope all of you are getting. We are not taking any partner's capital account as base. Total capital is 81,100. Let it be same, but adjust it in their PSR 2:1, taking total capital as base. You can do it through cash, dear students. You can ask A, take extra cash. B, bring cash. Nothing given, you will do it in current account. You can write like this in the exam. Alternatively, adjustment can be done through current account. Alternative adjustments can be done through current account. ठीक है? चलो. All right. Please come to the capital accounts. A को transfer करो A's current account में. Reduce the capital of A by 3258 and ask C to get. Students, please don't do mistake. C's current account. Current account से ask C to get 3258 and A you take it to your current account. Then you will get the closing balance, what you have calculated here correctly, required closing balance. Pick it up from your working note 4 and write it here. 54,067 and 37,033 and write down reference working note 4. Is the capital account clear? Please check करो सबको समझ में आया. B's capital account we have transferred to loan account and A and C is here. चलो write down the totals for A and C. 20,000 plus 3,000, 3,375 plus 325. 325 he had to get. $23,000 plus 3,775 plus गड़बड़ क्यों आ रहा है? 1 minute. A's capital is 57 and now required is 54. So 3258 he should take home. Are you all also doing total? कहीं total में क्यों mistake हो रही है? A का total करो कितना आ रहा है? 49,000 plus 11,325 minus 3,000 minus 325. It's coming correct. A's total is coming correct. 60,325. B is over. C का closing capital कितना आना है आपको? 27,033. No, I wrote 30. 27, not 37. 27. Now it's correct. Total is coming 23,000 plus 3,775, 3,258. 30,033. 30,033. Clear to all of you or not? A's capital account 54067. C's capital account 27033. A's current account 3258. It will come on the credit side 3258. C's current account will come here. It's his current account is debited and he's getting 3258. Anyone is having any doubt in the capital account? I want to repeat the procedure. First we paid to B and then A and C. We got it closed. Chalo, next now. Balance sheet, you know, before we tally, we check it that all the things we have written or not. Is there any change in bank balance? No. Write it same in the balance sheet asset side. 1500. Data is over. Stock is over. Joint life policy over. Office equipment, no change. Equipment 14,000. Write it as it is. 14,000. Furniture 12,000. Building 50,000. This side creditors 12,500. General reserve to likha hai apne and capital accounts you have written. I think we have written everything. Let us now do the total of the balance sheet. Balance sheet का total लिखो. कितना आ रहा है? 54067 plus 27033 plus 3258 plus 4550 plus 12,500. And this side, how much it is coming? 1900. Yes. What is your total? Put your answers in the chat box. It's a very nice problem. Retirement problems are huge in study material. It's not that I am teaching you quite extra. I'm exactly going with the institute's level of the problem. One lakh 37,408. This side. 137,408. देखो आ रहा है टोटल. Yes. Balance sheet is telling with 137,408. Thank you so much for that response and answers in the chat box. Any doubt you are having, Rahul, ask please. Any doubt? Anyone in the class? थोड़ा time ज़्यादा लगा, but it was a nice problem. What was the new thing in the revaluation account? Rectification of errors. And partners capital account, so we know how to prepare now. Yes. Check if you have missed anything in the revaluation account quickly. Okay, shall we take up the 8th problem now? Revaluation account is clear. Then look at the partner's capital account. Anyone has missed? I am waiting 2 minutes. Lick lo. First, always close B's capital account. B का ही close करोगे ना आप लोग पहले तो. Balance sheet. Old ratio, new ratio, goodwill. Working note 2 is goodwill. If anyone has done it wrong, correct it. Raise the goodwill, write off the goodwill. Working note 3 was rectification of errors. Working note 4 was adjustment of capital. Chalo. Over to the next problem now, very quickly. 8th problem. ABC is a partnership firm sharing profits in 2:2:1. Balance sheet is given routine. B retires and A and C will continue with 3:2 ratio. Same problem only, but goodwill amount is not given. Average profit of last 3 years is given and you have to take the goodwill accordingly. Okay. Right. Value of land and building machinery is given. Furniture में some mistake is there. If see, we are calculating goodwill based on last 3 years profit, but furniture was debited to purchase account, so last year's profit is wrong. So that will have an impact on goodwill also. Yes or no? If last 3 years profit we are using for goodwill, we should use corrected profit, future maintainable profit. So if this is wrong, we have to rectify the profits first. B will take over. Achha, can outgoing partner take assets instead of cash and all? Yes. And capital of the new firms you adjust. It's a nice problem. 8th problem. Revaluation account and all is similar to what we did. So together we are starting with 8th problem now. 8th problem number 8. Prepare revaluation account very quickly, small one. Partners, capital account, goodwill and adjust the closing. Some they teach कि पहले close कर लो फिर नीचे लेके आके फिर adjust करो. It will take extra time, so I'm not doing it like that. How many partners are there in the 8th problem? A, B and C. A, B and C. By opening balance. अभी लिख दो opening balance. 65,600, 43,700, 32,200. Give reserves 22,000. Old partners, old ratio. 22,000 reserves, give it in the ratio of 2:1 into 2/5. 8,800, 8,800, 4,400. Is the speed fine or not? Capital accounts banate banate we have put opening balance and reserves. Done. Then prepare the balance sheet in bracket after B's retirement. After B's retirement. After B's retirement. Followed by working note 1. Old ratio. साथ में लिखो please. When I am reading, you all read. What is the old ratio of A, B, C? 2:2:1. What is the new ratio of A and C? 3:2. Old ratio is 2:2:1. New ratio is 3:2. Nice and very clear. Working note 2 is goodwill, but before that there is a mistake in the profits. So this time don't calculate the goodwill directly. Let us start reading the problem. Goodwill they have given, but I'm repeating goodwill I'm not doing first because there is a mistake in the profits. Value of land and building appreciate by 10%. Come to balance sheet. Land and building 72,000. Appreciate by 20%. 14,400. 86,400. 72,000 into 20%. 14,400. 86,400. Machinery. You can do 2-3 assets and then go to the revaluation account. Machinery's value is 35,500. Now you want it to be 32,000. So depreciate 3,500. Depreciate 3,500. Just continue writing. I'll come. Land and building is clear. Machinery को reduce कर दिया. And one more thing they have given. Provision is maintained at 1,500. Now you want the provision to be 1,800. So provision for doubtful debts 300 से बढ़ा दो. Provision for doubtful debts 300 से बढ़ा दो. चलो. अरे बैलेंस शीट में आई एम डूइंग. अरे रिवैल्यूएशन में बढ़ाएंगे. यहाँ पे तो हाउ विल आई राइट? Datas are 23,700 minus provision you want how much now? Read it again. How much provision you want? 1,800. $23,700 minus 1,800. 21,900. 21,900. चलो करो. Increase the value of land and building. 14,400. Reduce the value of plant and machinery. See how much? 3,500. And to provision for doubtful debts. It's already 1,500. Now it is 1,800. So 300 से कम करो. चलो. All the 3 adjustments are clear. Next. A furniture costing 3,000 purchased on 1/7/16 last year, and they have December year ending. Last year, this is like balance sheet is given to you December 17, and this is July 16 May. You had purchased, but you debited it in purchased account, and this is to be depreciated SLM. I will show you. Please, all of you make working note. Furniture purchased 1/7/2016 for 3,000. So if correctly you have put it in the purchase account, but अगर आप correctly इसको debit करते, तो you would have charged depreciation also, no? So 3,000. into 10% into 6/12. करो कितना आ रहा है? 3000 into 10% into 6/12. 150. 2850. Again, you have to charge depreciation for 31/12/17. I hope you are getting this is 31/12/16. Last year 6 months depreciation and this year the full year's depreciation. This asset is to be taken and 10% depreciation SLM. So this time 300 depreciation on the original cost. 3000 ka 10%. So what is the value as on today? WDV as on 31/12. So even if you now want to capitalize furniture, you have to charge 1.5 years depreciation. So now how will you rectify? Furniture account debit 2550 to revaluation account. This asset was not recorded and actually you have recorded it in purchase. So purchase debit furniture नहीं हुआ, गलती से हो गया था, purchase credit करो, furniture debit, but instead of crediting the purchase, can you credit the revaluation account? Answer is yes. 2550. Why? Because this is last year's purchase. And last year's purchase, if you credit now, you will disturb this year's purchase. So route it through P&L adjustment account. And when revaluation account is there, there's no need of P&L adjustment account. Chalo. Everyone is clear. Last year's mistake you are rectifying. So in partnership also you have rectification of errors. Write down now. Revaluation account credit, furniture account debit, buy लिखना भूल जा रहे हम, buy and working note क्या चल रहा है आपका? I think it's 2 this time. Working note 2 और amount कितना लिखें working note 2 में? 2550. You can't bring furniture on today's date. 2550. 2550. Nice. Annual insurance premium paid on 1/4/17 has been charged off to P&L. I want all of you to write away. Pura rectification with partnership ka combo problem hai. You have paid annual insurance. Write down all of you. Working note 3 on 1/4/17. How much you have paid? 2,400. So this is for 12 months. But till December, how many months are there? 9 months. So how much is prepaid? Next, January, February, March, 18 is prepaid. 3 months is how much? 2,400 into 3/12. How much is it coming? 2,400 into 3/12 is coming to 600. 12 months is 2,400. 3 months kitna? 600. I hope you all are getting. So ये तो you have put by mistake everything in expense. So you have inflated the expense. So now can we pass the entry prepaid insurance debit to P&L, but instead of P&L revaluation account 600. 600. Take your time. आराम से करो. You have debited everything to the P&L account. So you have inflated expense, whereas 600 is into 3 by 12 is for 600 is for next year. So prepaid insurance debit, take it in the balance sheet in the current assets, and revaluation account credit. Please come and write. Nice problem, no? Combination. Prepaid insurance, working note 3. Working note 3, 600. And in the balance sheet, go and write down prepaid insurance 600. Prepaid insurance 600. 600. Now we have got the correct profit. Yes? Okay, after this we are going to the next adjustment. B will take motor car at 16,000. What is the value of motor car in the opening balance sheet? 18. So first you reduce the value of the motor car. It's a loss. Motor car credit 2,000. Revaluation account debit. 18 say we have got 16 and now give it to B. B's account debit, journal entry in your mind. To motor car. Everyone is clear? Anyone wants me to give the whole journal entry? B's account debit 16,000. Revaluation account debit 2,000. To motor car 18,000. To motor car 18,000. Nice, clear to all of you? चलो, ये हो गया आपका मोटर कार. Bank loan of 50,000 is arranged to pay the outgoing partner. Okay, that means very clear. We have to make working note 4 as bank account. Make the bank account very quickly and write down opening balance 3,600 and take bank loan. Bank loan le lo 50,000. Why did you all take bank loan? So that you can repay outgoing partner, or you convert his account only in loan, or ask A and C to bring. As they say, so we are doing. Open the bank account and keep it open. Acha, if we take bank account debit to bank loan, will the bank loan come in the liability or not? Bank loan, will it come in the liability? Now only write. Later you may forget. Bank loan you have taken 50,000 is a liability, dear students. Chalo, next. ठीक है? Done. All clear or not? Right. So we have completed all the adjustments except goodwill and closing capital. We have to adjust by taking off cash. So now we will go to adjustments for goodwill. Working note 5, goodwill. Read the first adjustment with me, all of you. Goodwill is valued at 2 years purchase of average annual profit of the last 3 years. So 3 years profit is given. 2014, 12,100. 2015, 8,480. 2016, 10,920. Now 2016 में depreciation है ना आपके पास? Here 2016 there is a mistake. Furniture is debited to purchases account. Okay, I hope you are getting. So if you rectify this, Last year 2850, no depreciation तो फिर भी charge करोगे. So your purchases is inflated by 3000 and depreciation you did not charge 150. So if you want, add back the wrong purchases and deduct the depreciation. Now you are getting the correct profit. 10920 plus 3000 minus 150. 13,770. आ गया 13,770 and put the weights. Do we need to put the weights? Answer is no, because they didn't say. Now can we calculate the average profit? 13,770 plus 8480 plus 12,100. 34,350 divided by 3. So average profit is coming to 11,450 and goodwill is 2 years purchase of average profit into 2 years. 11,450 into 2. थोड़ा बड़ा ही है problem. 22,900. I am waiting. What new you have learned? इसको 5 star खिलाओ, KitKat खिलाओ. Last year's profit, you can't take wrong average profit and calculate goodwill. So last year's profit, if it is wrong, correct it. 3000 you have inflated the purchases and minus 150. Okay. Is goodwill clear to you? I was waiting कि कोई पीछे रह गए तो लिख लो. Calculate average profit and 2 years purchase now. Raise the goodwill in old ratio. This is total goodwill. Raise it in old ratio 2:1. 22,900 into 2 by 5. 9160, 4580. Raise the goodwill in old ratio. Write off in new ratio. What is the new ratio? 3:2. A, B, C. Write off in new ratio. 22,900 into 3 by 5. 13740. 22,900 into 2 by 5. 9160. Debit. Credit, debit. Net effect. 4580 debit, 9160 credit. B is going. Outgoing partner credit and other partners debit. 4580 minus 9160. 4570. 4580 minus 9160. 4580 debit. Everyone is clear or not? Raise the goodwill old ratio, write off in the new ratio, automatically outgoing partner is getting. Like this adjustment is now enough, same to same we are doing. Working note 5. Karo. B ko de do goodwill. A is capital account, C is capital account. How much goodwill you will give to B? 4580. 4580, 4580. B will get goodwill. Are you all checking on screen? Yeah. You know, I'm writing slowly because so many of you are using mobile screen. तो working note दिख रहे हैं नहीं आपको clearly? कहीं zoom करना है, pause करना है तो please let me know. And now debit to B's capital account. A को debit करो 4580. ठीक है, चलें आगे. Right. Now what is left to adjust? Goodwill is done, revaluation is done, all. So it's time to close the revaluation account. Calculate the profit. 14,400 plus 2,550 plus 600. 17,550. 17,550 to partners capital account. Revaluation profit is coming 11,750. Give to all of them in the profit sharing ratio 2:2:1. 11,750. Give the revaluation profit to old partners into 2/5. 4,700, 4,700, 2,350. 11,750 profit. Give it to old partners in the profit sharing ratio. Now, just first you have to pay off to B by bank. Pay off to B. कितना पे करना है देखो. 43,700 plus 8,800 plus 4,580 plus 4,580. Are you all moving or not on your calculators? Plus 4,700. 66,360 is the total. 66,360 minus 16,000. 50,360 सबसे पहले पे ऑफ टू बी. पे ऑफ टू बी बैंक अकाउंट में जाके लिख दो. बाय बीज कैपिटल अकाउंट 50,360. Now last working note, A and C adjust. 6th point I'm reading. Adjust their capitals in the PSR, adjusting the difference in cash. So for that we will very quickly make working note number 6. काफी बड़ा ही हो गया ये प्रॉब्लम. वर्किंग नोट नंबर 6 बनाते हैं. स्टेटमेंट ऑफ एडजस्टमेंट ऑफ कैपिटल. Statement of adjustment of capitals. A, C and total. What is the first one? Closing capital. What is the second one? PSR. What is the third one? Required capital. कितना चाहिए आपको? And then fourth one, net effect, adjust in cash. Net effect, adjust in cash. Yes? Have you learned it or not, ma'am? This is same in admission. I told you admission अच्छे से करो, retirement and death, it will go on in a flow. Closing capital is this, PSR is this, you want required capital, this, net effect. चलो कैलकुलेट द क्लोजिंग कैपिटल फॉर ए. ए का टोटल करो. 65,600, 8,800 प्लस 4,700 माइनस 4,580. 74,520. 74,520. 74,520. 32,200 plus 4,400 plus 2,350 minus 4,580, 34,370. Are you all with me? Closing capital total कितना आ रहा है करो? 74,520 plus this 1,08,890. Let the total capital be same, but in the profit sharing ratio that is 3:2 into 3 by 5. 65,334 should be the capital, but है कितना? 74,500. A 9186 cash लेके जाओ. When he is taking in brackets, take it. Bye bye. 108890 into 2. ये कैसे आया? क्लियर है ना? 108890 into 2 by 5. If you are not getting कैसे आया, tell me, I'll write that. See, your capital should be 43,556 in the PSR. It is 34,370. You get 9186. So easy this is. 9186 A को घर ले जाने दो and ask him to get. चलो साथ में करते हैं. Let us do it. A account debit to bank 9186 pay to A. And C you get 9186. Now you will get the closing balances correctly. 65,334 and 43,554 in the PSR. 43,554 in the PSR. 48,136 is the total. 48,136 is the total for C. Write down. I'm waiting for all of you. नाइन 9186 लेके आ रहे हैं ना. 32,200 plus 4,400 plus 2,350 plus 9186 minus 4,580. 43,556 आ रहा है. Closing capital is coming to 43,556. Please change it. यहाँ भी change करो. वर्किंग में भी 43,556 ही है. मैंने वहां गलत लिखा. 43,556. चलो कम टू द कैपिटल अकाउंट बी ईयर ओनली. ए को क्लोज करो. 65,600 plus 8,800 plus 4,700. 79,100 minus 4,580 minus 9186. 65,334. आ गया. Bring it down in the balance sheet, all of you. Partners capital account. A 65,334. C 43,556. And have you all written the closing capital? Should I wait or clear? All of you have written the closing capital in the balance sheet. Please do with me. There are many things pending right now. And go to the bank account and write. To C's capital account. C is getting 9186. C is getting. और A को घर ले जाने दो. A's capital account debit and pay him 9186. And we have paid to B. Can we close the bank account now? Anyone is having doubt in bank account and re-explain? Opening balance, then they took bank loan, then they pay off B, and one partner brought extra and one took. Please close the bank account. 62,786 minus 50,360 minus 9186. 3,240 is the closing balance of bank. 3,240 is the closing balance of bank. बन गया सबका? Bank balance 3,240. Last time we adjusted in the current account. Now we adjusted here. Bang. Now when I'm making balance sheet, let me check the items which have not changed. Land आ गया, machinery आ गया, furniture आ गया, motor car is over, stock. No change in the stock after retirement. So take it. Data आ गया, bank आ गया. This side capital account we have written, reserves we have taken, creditors 18,000. How is the flow of problem? Are you getting more than 50 problems we have solved until now? If you start from the beginning in partnership, if I would have given number in 70-80 problems. So the flow is same every time. Consistency gives you speed. Consistency gives you speed. 65,334 plus 43,556 plus 50,000 plus 18,000. 176,890 is the balance sheet total on both the sides. Anyone is having any doubt? Anyone wants me to show any working note? 86,400 plus 32,000 plus 21,900 plus 25. फर्नीचर की वैल्यू कितनी है? फर्नीचर ये तो लिखा है 2550 is new furniture. We should write the old furniture also, no, which is already there. 10,400. Please write that. We have missed. 2550 is the new furniture. 10,400 is the old furniture that we missed writing. वो भी लिखो. Yes. 176,890. Yeah, I'll show you the working note. First, you all tell me balance sheet tallied or not. Balance sheet is tallying or not. If I make a choice कि कोई एक प्रॉब्लम निकाल दूं, किसी को भी नहीं निकालना है. इतने अच्छे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. थोड़ा टाइम लग रहा है, but they are good. चलो, let me scroll up everything. I'll wait at working note 2 which you want. Revaluation account is clear. Prepaid insurance and furniture. These two were rectification. We should have routed through P&L adjustment, but it will come same. Partners capital account, close B's account first. And A and C we adjusted in the PSR. 9186. Balance sheet. Working note 2 is for furniture. Shall I explain? Last year, July, you have purchased a furniture. You recorded it as purchases. So purchases credit, furniture debit. But last year, if you would have correctly debited furniture, last year 6 months, and this year's full year's depreciation, so you will charge, no? So what is the correct value of furniture today? You should debit 2550. And this is new furniture. Old furniture 10,400, you take it as it is. Is working note 2 clear? Working note 3, prepaid insurance is there. So remove it. Working note 4, bank account. Goodwill was nice, huh? Last year's profit 10,920 is wrong. Add back purchases. Deduct last year's depreciation if you would have taken it correctly. Someone must be doubting, ma'am, why didn't you minus 300? 300 is 2017's depreciation. And I want goodwill ke liye last 3 years profits only. So I have done till here. Okay? Working note 6 is here. So we are taking a break here, exactly 3 minutes, very quickly assemble back. थोड़ा सा energetic breakfast करते हैं नहीं कुछ खा के आ जाओ जल्दी से and we'll do some 2 good problems now. We'll continue. Any doubts are there? Put it in the chat. Okay, this was a nice problem. So we have done these specific problems wherein I have given you all the details and we have worked it out specifically with the rectification. How will you do partnership problems? Now, joint life policy we have seen yesterday and we have done till 4th problem. So to continue that, we will do 5th problem now. 7th and 8th is over, 5th and 6th I am doing it now. 5th problem se shuru karte hain. On 31st of March, the balance sheet of Ram, Rahim and Rohit is given. And on 31st March 2016, Ram desired to retire and remaining prior decided to carry on. It was agreed to revalue the assets, land, building, machinery, closing stock, all same. Joint life policy was surrendered and cash obtained 60,000. Yes. So this 60,000, should it go to all the old partners in the old ratio for the joint life policy? Right? Yes. Next now. Goodwill of the firm is valued at 180 and Ram's share of goodwill to be adjusted in accounts of Rahul and Rohit who share profits equally. Okay. Indirectly they have given that the new PSR is not same as old. No goodwill account is raised. Total capital of the firm to be same as before retirement. Okay, you want 6 lakhs capital to be maintained this time. So that too they have to share it equally. Individual capital accounts in the profit sharing. Are you getting the language? Right now, 3 partners put together at 6 lakhs. Now they want it to be 6 lakhs. So what shall we do? We will ask them then. Okay. 6 lakh chahiye, so then we will ask them, get it. Okay. Who will get the money? A and C. Amount due is down to be settled. 50% retirement balance. Okay. Every problem there's a different way of payment. Okay. We are saying to Ram right now, 1 second. We are saying to Ram right now, whatever is the closing balance now, 50% we will pay it and remaining we will pay it later. ठीक है ना? चलने दो. Prepare revaluation account, capital account, loan account, cash account, and balance sheet. So they have asked extra accounts also this time. Loan account is just one line you can prepare. Revaluation account clear है. Joint life policy is there, which is realized. It's a very simple problem, number 5. चलो साथ में करेंगे. Problem number 5 we are doing for joint life policies concept. Revaluation account, if this is a routine class, I'll say I'll go around the class and you all do the revaluation account. Next is partners capital account. Three partners capital accounts. Ram, Rahul and Rohit. Ram, Rahul, Rohit. Ram, Rahul and Rohit. Nice. Can we write the opening balances now only because उनके नाम देखने के लिए we have seen their capital accounts. Ram 3 lakh, Rahul 2 lakh, Rohit 1 lakh. Have you all got this paid? Give them reserves, but they are not there. And then they have asked you to prepare the balance sheet. After Ram's retirement. After Ram's retirement, the first partner, his name is Ram, is going out. Followed by working note 1. Old ratio. Old ratio. It's given in the first line. Ram, Rahul and Rohit were sharing profit and losses in the ratio of their capital. 3:2:1. And new ratio is equal. And the first partner is going. नाम में नहीं लिख रही हूँ अब, ठीक है. So let us start the reading the problem with the revaluation. Land is to be appreciated. Okay, inner column, land, 2 lakhs. Land is to be appreciated by 30%. 60,000, 2,60,000. Machinery to be depreciated, 2 lakh. Minus depreciate by 20%, 40,000, 1,60,000. Closing stock, it's already 1 lakh. Kam kar do, decrease the value by 20,000, bring it to 80,000. Provision for doubtful debts. Datas, they are very good datas in the inner column. Now you create a provision for doubtful debts, 5%, 10,000, 1,90,000. 1,90,000. I'm just doing it one place so that I'm not scrolling up and down. You also do balance sheet first. Old credit balance of creditors 10,000 written off. What's the nature of credit? Credit. तो creditors को debit करो. Creditors की value कम कर दो. It's 2 lakh. Reduce, decrease the value of 10,000. Make it 190 creditors. You're not going to pay extra to the creditors. Right? That's all. Now can we take all this? Land and building की value बढ़ा दो 20%, 60,000. Machinery will come on the debit side. It's a loss. Machinery's value depreciate by 20%, 40,000. Closing stock की value कम कर दो 20,000. Provision for doubtful debts 5%. 10,000 से कम कर दो. Creditors is credit, so debit the creditors and increase the value of the creditors. 10,000. 5 adjustments have you done? 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have done in the revaluation account and the balance sheet together. One of the very important aspects. Yeah, please check on the screen. Is anyone having any doubt? Yeah. All right. Is it a simple problem? Just 7-8 minutes and we have finished the revaluation account. Now joint life policy surrendered and cash is obtained 60,000. Now here there are two ways. Listen all of you dear students. Joint life policy amount should go as profit to all the partners in the old PSR. So you can give directly or you can write here. Joint life policy 60,000. So through revaluation account, it will go to partners capital account. Are you clear? I'll explain 4 times. Please don't hesitate. Already many messages are coming in chat and that's how I get the responses and I teach. Is it clear? Joint life policy, like you give reserves, you can give to old partners, old ratio. Or joint life policy, revaluation account में credit कर दो, वहां से दे दो. ठीक है? अच्छा है, क्लियर है? और next, goodwill is the adjustment. I think till here we have done everything for revaluation. Now come to goodwill. Goodwill value is 180. Ram's share is adjusted in Rahul and Rohit, who share equally. No goodwill is to be raised. So that's same. They will get it in the sacrificing ratio. Total goodwill is equal to 1,80,000. Prepare the table. Ram, Rahul, Rohit. Raise goodwill old ratio. 3:2:1. Write off new ratio 1:1. आ जाएगा 1,80,000 divide by 6 है ना 180 divide by 6 is here 30,000. So this is 60,000. This is 90,000. And now 180 debit. Raise the goodwill in old ratio, goodwill to all the partners. Now write off in new ratio to the remaining partners. Automatically Ram will get in the sacrificing ratio. Ram credit 90,000, Rahul debit and Rohit also debit 60,000. Those who don't want to do this, they want to do sacrificing ratio. This is Institute Study Material problem number 1. पीछे जो unsolved है, you can check it there. Raise the goodwill old ratio, write off the goodwill. चलो. Let us give Ram को credit 90,000, Rahul and Rohit debit. Rahul and Rohit debit. To Ram. Are you getting that smart way how I write? I'm just writing the amounts first because I'm coming from a working note, no? And Ram, you should get credit from Rahul 30,000. You should get credit from Rohit 60,000. Is this clear to all of you? Reference number, working note 2. Ram, outgoing partner, take goodwill. Continuing partners, balance. 1 to 7, all adjustments are over. Capital of the firm is to be same, वो हम करेंगे. Amount due to be Ram is to be settled. ठीक है, done. Problem is only over. Easy, no? चलो, calculate first revaluation profit and put it to partners capital account. 1,30,000 is it coming? Total 1,30,000 orally कर सकते हैं हम, और 70 माइनस कर दो उसमें से. 130 में से 70 माइनस किए तो 60,000 is the revaluation profit. Give it to old partners, old ratio. 60,000 divided by 1/6. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Nice and clear to all of you. Shall we pay to Ram first? That to 50%. Ram को pay कर दो पहले. 3 lakh plus 30,000 plus 60,000 plus 30,000. 4,20,000. Pay off how much? 50%. 2,10,000 pay by bank. And they've asked you, I think, to make the bank account banana bhi बोले है ना आपको. 2,10,000 and 2,10,000 transfer to Ram's loan account. Always settle the outgoing partner's capital account first. तो कर लो. Bring it to the balance sheet. Ram's loan account 2,10,000. And bank account, if we have not made, we will make. Working note 3. T format, bank account. Opening balance in the bank. Opening balance is 1 lakh. Opening balance in the bank is 1 lakh. And we are paying to Ram 2,10,000. Don't worry, other partners will get the money to pay him also and to bring their capital accounts also equal. 3 lakh and 3 lakh. ठीक है? तो इसके बाद आप बनाओ working note 4. Required capital. How much they want to maintain required capital? Same as old. 3 partners had put together 6 lakhs. So required capital is 6 lakhs. For Rahul 3 lakhs and for Rohit also 3 lakhs. This is decided. Come to the capital accounts. Have we closed Ram's capital account? All of you have closed or not, dear students? And now what is the closing balance of Rahul? I want 3 lakh. Rohit, I want 3 lakh. So can they get the balance in the bank as balancing figure? Every time we are balancing the capital accounts in a different way. Rahul and Rohit, we want total capital 6 lakhs and your individual capital equal to PSR, which is 3 lakh. So 3 lakh 30,000 minus 2 lakh 20,000. 1 lakh 10,000 बैंक से लेके आ जाओ. 1 lakh 10,000 बैंक से लेके आ जाओ. 360 minus 1 lakh 10,000. So 250. 2,50,000. Who will get? Rohit. See, they will not get equal. They want their closing capitals to be equal and old capital के जितना 6 lakhs. Language है, इतना easy language है as you speak. I always say Gujarati, Telugu, Marathi. This is the language of accounts. Make the closing capital 6 lakh and make sure you get it in your PSR, which is equal. Okay, we'll get this much capital. Rahul and Rohit are saying. Chalo. Come to the capital account. Rahul's capital account in the balance sheet. 3 lakhs. Don't write L in exam. अभी हमको लेट हो रहा है तो हमने लिख लिया 3 lakh. और नीचे आ जाओ बैंक अकाउंट में 2. Rahul is getting how much? 1,10,000 and Rohit is getting 2,50,000. 110 and 250. 110 and 250. All right. I think bank account can be closed now. Look at the bank account. Opening was there. 2 partners they got. Ram we paid. अच्छा joint life policy also. One effect revaluation को credit किए. पैसे तो आए ना बैंक में. Bank to revaluation JLP. JLP amount will come in the bank. Bank debit. Revaluation credit. Tally your bank account. 1 lakh, 1,10,000, 250, 60,000. 5,20,000 minus 2,10,000. 3,10,000. Closing bank balance is, anyone is having any doubt? Joint life policy will come no in the bank. We have not recorded. 3,10,000. 3,10,000. Bank balance. Working note number क्या चल रहा है? 3. Nice and clear to all of you. Chalo. Now balance sheet are magic, logical magic. Check the remaining items and take it as it is. Land and building done, machinery done, closing stock done, data is done, bank balance done, this sell creditors. Yeah, everything is there. Just check your balance sheet is tallying or not. 6 lakhs plus 190 plus 210. 10 lakhs is the total. This side 260 plus 160 plus 80,000 plus 190 plus 3,10,000. 10 lakh. Over. Was it easy? क्या नया सीखा? How to adjust the partner's capital account. How to adjust the partner's capital account. Fifth problem is very clear to all of you. Chalo, let us take the sixth problem. Acha, I'll scroll up once. Look at the revaluation account. JLP I have taken in the revaluation credit side. You all can take directly in the partner's capital account. मतलब अगर लेना है तो. Generally we are going by this way, so it is right. We have given goodwill. Ram got goodwill from Rahul and Rohit. Revaluation profit, and Rahul and Rohit brought capital to balance their closing capitals. In fact, इससे पहले का problem was more tricky with all rectification. Is this very simple and clear or not to all of you? Chalo, over to sixth problem now. Last one for today. ABC are sharing profit and losses. A on account of ill then gave a notice. He wants to retire. A's retirement agreement thereafter entered on 31st March 2016 and terms were given. Okay. Balance sheet is given of February and retirement is not on the same day of the balance sheet. Retirement is in March. So A will take 1 month's profit also. Profit and loss account for the year ended March, which showed a net profit of 42,000, was to be reopened. B was to be credited 6,000 as bonus in consideration of extra work which had developed. See, they are asking you to open the P&L adjustment account. P&L adjustment account which showed a net profit of 42,000 was to be reopened. Okay. Reopen the 42,000 so that you can give the share. मार्च में इसका भी शेयर होगा ना. बैलेंस शीट तो फरवरी की है बट मार्च में 42,000 में what is the share of A into 3 divided by 6. We will give P&L adjustment account. They have not given, but they said we'll take it. B was to be credited 6,000 bonus. Okay, we didn't give bonus, so give bonus also in consideration of extra work. Profit sharing ratio was to be revised, and revised ratio is 2:3:1. Okay. A, B, C. Two is to 3:1. They are changing the profit sharing ratio from March 2016. 1 second. कहीं कोई डेट में तो गलती नहीं है ना. We'll check it now. Yeah, this is wrong. That's what I was thinking. How can they give 2 to PSR? PSR was changed to 2:3:1 from 1st April 2015. Please change it. 1st April 2015 से PSR change हुआ है. तो हम तो नया ही PSR लेंगे ना. We will take this PSR only. I hope you are getting, because we are closing in 16. So we will take 2:3:1 as the PSR. Goodwill is to be valued at 2 years purchase of the average profit of the last year. Yes, that you can take. Goodwill is to be valued at average profit of the last 6 years profit, which is given to you. Fixtures are to be valued, provision is to be made. This is revaluation. Amount payable to A shall be paid by B. Oh, clearly they have said. A को कौन पे करेगा? B. So B's capital account debit and A's capital account debit and B's capital account credit. B उतना पैसे लेके आएगा firm में. He will get that much money. Between B and C, it is decided that the PSR will be 3:1. And they decided to eliminate goodwill from balance sheet to retain fixtures in the books and increase the provision. Total capital of the firm will be valued at 3 lakh to be maintained in the new ratio. They have already given. maintain the closing capital in the new ratio, and to retain fixtures and all and increase the value. You are required to give necessary journal entries. Prepare capital account of the partners, the cash account, yes, and the balance sheet of BNC after A's retirement. Okay, we will do that. We'll do this sum now. Just 2 minutes, I'll be back. आप scaling करो जल्दी से. Journal entries बाद में आप लिख लेना घर में. I'll tell you how to write. अभी account बना. P format account. Okay. ठीक है चलो. We are getting late for lunch now, so we'll continue this tomorrow. But read and come this whole problem. I thought I'll solve it. It's not the small one. It will take time to make all these capital accounts and all. No problem. We'll continue this tomorrow morning sharp at 11. The sixth problem. Read and come at home once again. I will not read it. And before we are closing, let us go to the booster notes. Booster notes में एक बार आ जाओ वापस से. Yesterday also one problem I gave as homework, but I gave it with answers. आपने किए या नहीं? आंसर के साथ आया आप सबको? Yeah. Retirement, paying cash by taking bank loan or additional capital or transfer to loan account or repay in installment. Goodwill effect is clear, right? For last year's rectification of error, generally we prepare P&L adjustment account. Generally we prepare P&L adjustment account. But here, if revaluation account is there, rectification of error can be done through revaluation account. Rectification of errors can be done through revaluation account. Yes or no? Is this logic very clear to all of you? So this is about rectification. आज जो हमने सीखा. और एक लिखो. In case of retirement, JLP is brought at its surrender value. ये तो clear है? In case of retirement, JLP is brought at its surrender value. If amount is received, surrender value, then what will be the journal entry? Then journal entry, bank account debit to revaluation account or partners capital account. Whatever is the JLP, are you getting or not? Bank account debit to the revaluation account or partners capital account में JLP डालो. Generally, in case of retirement, JLP is brought at its surrender value. Okay, right? So we are already taking since last 2.5 hours. So not doing that last problem. Read and come and at least prepare revaluation account. That's the only homework. Yes, you wanted me to show what? Problem number 5. I'll share. Anyone else is having any doubt in today's class, please ask. Yeah, this is problem number 5 जो अभी हमने किया ना. What you wanted in this? Revaluation account is clear. JLP हमने दिया. Then partners capital account. Rahul and Rohit, you should have closing capital 6 lakh and make it equal. According to that, reverse you calculate and bring the bank balance. Balance sheet is, give it. Anything else you want me to share? Goodwill is clear or not? I feel this is easy for retirement. Admission, I have told you both method. If you calculate by sacrificing ratio, it will come same. 3 minus 6 is the old ratio and new ratio is half. So half minus 3 by 6 is the sacrifice and gain and so on you can calculate. And the bank account. Bank account you should prepare generally. बना ही लेना. Okay. Should I wait still or all clear? Finished writing everything, all of you? So we have solved 3 problems only. Generally, we solve 4 problems in one class, but they were very good. Goodwill may be profits lete waqt, if there is a rectification, rectified that problem, you mark it important. Okay? So many adjustments will not come in one problem, but this is like superb. The level of studies what we are doing. Only request again I am making is give the feedback. When I am explaining and I am calculating 10,000 into 3 by 5, I say it. But if you want me to write ki ma'am ye calculation kaise aaya, tell me. I'll write. Clear? Right. That's all for today. Thank you so much. We are continuing with retirement tomorrow and then we will start with combined problems, retirement and death.